What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out channel. It's another episode of Fight Talk. Two brothers talk about some fights, geek out about some fights. We had some UFC. We had a UFC fight card this weekend, which was a small one compared to the big UFC 300. It was what's his name? Matheus Nicolau versus Perez. But on that note, guys, do check the description. Like, if you want to get straight to the fight talk, check the description. You can skip all the small talk and get straight to the fight talk. But yeah, K West is out there in so next to a waterfall, eating watermelon, doing some salt-based stuff. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm just making the most of the environment. Is it too loud over here? I can move,
It is a little bit. I do hear disruption in the back. Yeah. So if you could get to a bit more quiet area, we can catch up. We'll keep it short today as you're out and the fights. Just a few to discuss and a couple of fight news, but we'll keep it short.
Okay. I'll try to move. How you been?
I've been good. Just getting through the week. My wife's off to Poland today, so I'm gonna be alone for the next month. So I'm just gonna get into a routine of just training, really, just chilling. Nothing else much. That's it. I need to go back to the gym. I've been training, but I haven't done martial for a while now, so I'm gonna go back Wednesday and start training again.
You've been training?
Wednesday. I've been training at home, doing conditioning, and I've done a bit of running and stuff like that, but no martial arts for like 3 weeks now. So Wednesday I plan to go back, join the gym again. I mean, as usual, I just get no feedback from the gyms. It's always difficult with customer service out here. But anyway, I'm gonna go back and just start training on Wednesday again with the martial stuff. But other than that, all good, man. Just getting through.
Have you missed it? Have you missed training?
Yeah, of course. But it's been busy. I mean, it was the end of Ramadan. Then we was away, and then when we got back, there was floods in Dubai, and then now this week my wife's flying out, so just kind of busy, to be honest with you. It's not like I missed it because I didn't want to go. It was just more like just busy, and obviously my membership ran out as well, so I was like, I'll wait till I got to renew my membership as well. So yeah, it was more to do with busy rather than just not going.
Okay. Everything all right in terms of your back, your shoulder, your knee, your wrist?
I guess so. I mean, yeah. I think no injuries or whatnot. I mean, feel fully recovered. The cold plunge is hard now because it's so hot out here, so I can't even keep the water cold now. So that's quite difficult. I done a full body scan, like blood test and urine test, like a full body analysis and whatnot the other day, actually. So that was quite interesting to kind of see where certain levels were, see where I'm deficient. I mean, overall, everything's good, nothing's alarming, but my urinic acids was high, not extremely high, but just above high, which means I need to take more vitamin C. I need to take more vitamin C and stuff like that. So I'm doing that. I up my vitamin C a bit more. My iron levels, I've always been anemic, but my iron levels were still a bit low. And I discovered that I was taking my iron supplements wrong. I should be taking it like an hour before food, or I should take it 2 hours after food. I shouldn't take it with food. And also I should take it with vitamin C, because vitamin C also helps you absorb it. So I wasn't basically absorbing the iron properly. So I just changed a couple of things there. Other than that, everything else was cool. Testosterone levels were good. They were higher than average, which was good. So at least I'm not, I'm at my age still, my testosterone levels are still pretty decent. Like protein was good, my creatine was good, vitamin D, all the other sort of stuff was good. So yeah, I'm gonna take another test in about 6 months.
6 months. Okay. What about your blood pressure?
Yeah, everything was good. Everything else was standard, with nothing alarming, nothing too low, nothing too high. Everything was good.
I gotta do one of them at some point. I think it's getting to that time, isn't it?
Yeah, because I felt like I wanted to mostly check my testosterone levels, just because I do get tired and whatnot, but I think it's the iron. I think it's the anemic stuff. I thought I was, supplementing well, but obviously because I take my iron supplement every day. I eat red meat and all that stuff. I eat like green vegetables and stuff with the shake that I make. But I was like, oh, how come I'm so deficient? But then I just research,
Right.
and the doctor was telling me you shouldn't be consuming it with food. It should be on an empty stomach. It should be 2 hours after. I was like, oh, so that's why. So I was taking a supplement. I wasn't absorbing it properly.
Mm, that can be quite common. I think that's really good information because even me, I was like, wait a minute. Ooh, a lot of people probably missed that, right? Because I know
Yeah.
many people who were like, yeah, I take my anemic pill, but I still have this issue, and I'm thinking maybe that could be a part of the problem. So,
Yeah, and also vitamin C, like I said, helps absorb it. So in general, I need to up my vitamin C, but also doing that would also that would help hopefully reduce my uric acid, because that uric acid
mm.
eventually can lead to like gout and stuff like that. I'm not in a position that it will, but it can lead to gout and stuff like that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
also it will help absorb my iron. So yeah, I've just basically upped my vitamin C. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take another test in about couple months. But
Mm.
yeah, I was also thinking of getting on creatine, like just for energy purposes, and also I heard it helps with cognitive function, which is important to me. Like I'm looking to get on some alpha brain as well. I mean, I take the mushroom lion's mane, but I just want to get a little bit more. I might take alpha brain. Rogan talks about that all the time. That's on it, one of his supplements. And then creatine also, like as well as the performance benefits, it helps with cognitive function too. So I'm like, I might just do a cycle, just buy a pot, try it, and see if it, if I feel energy wise better, cognitive function wise better. We'll
Mm.
give it a try. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The missus is out from tonight, so my cooking is just going to be basically like just chicken, beef, and nuts, and like eggs and shit to nothing thing. But yeah, what about you? How's everything on your side?
You know, every day a new challenge, but I'm here for it, and yeah, I guess that's what traveling is about, isn't it? It's about learning about yourself, about self discovery and self expansion, and those kind of things. So yeah, it's been like probably one of the biggest self developments I've ever had in my life. Just trying to learn how I move and how I maneuver, in this kind of unstable situation to a degree. Um, but yeah, no, please, despite despite one, hold on, despite some things, some hardships here and there, which is necessary and normal. Things have been working out nicely. The teaching is going pretty good. I'm enjoying that. I'm getting like a lot more like recurring students as well, so that's great. I'm gonna take some more work that's available, so I'm gonna do that too. And yeah, still got some time to wait for the whole therapy thing to really kick in and get in gear. But for the most part, solid. I have a friend here. Yeah. So for the most part, yeah, it's been triumphant. It's been a triumph. It has been a triumph. Yeah. Have to always, like I said to you before, have to always remember, yeah, that the small victories, and it's easy to just like ignore them because you're looking at the bigger picture. But the small victories, it should be acknowledged. So I eat melon to that.
Definitely.
So yeah, man. Got to do a visa run again soon in a couple days as well. Might go to Vietnam or back to Laos. Not looking forward to that, but it has to be done. If it is that case, it has to be done. Um, and yeah, I'm thinking about doing another channel at some point, but I'm conflicted about social media. I don't know if I told you about that.
Mm-mm. What's happening? What's the
Oh,
confliction?
I just don't. I don't really. I think most of the time it doesn't really align with me. Just like the race of it all. Like having to appease people, having to just a lot of it's like copy culture, a lot of it's imitation, and I don't fit into all of that. It's like my friends are like, you're really good at this. I'm like, yeah, probably. Oh, you got to do like this, and I'm like, I don't want to do like that. But then I see it works, right? People are getting hundreds of thousands for the things that I've been repeated 1,000 times, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, but at the same time, that's what works. So I'm like, ah, you know,
Immediately, I'm like, I mean, you shouldn't do stuff that you don't want to do. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you do it your way. If you're on it, do it your way. Do what you think right. Of course, take tips and stuff from what people have been successful. But if it really goes against what your style of whatever it is, talking or expressing or whatever, displaying, then that's not
it don't
you.
work.
Yeah, there's not like you're gonna do
Hmm,
like, and it's just not worth it. This is my point when me and Kibbs and the podcast and what we do here is like I'm very honest with it. Like there's no editing first of all, and we talk how we talk. I know, for example, I can't read names and shit. I don't give a fuck. I know I don't speak professionally about certain things. I know, um, for Fight Talk, for example, we were talking about the other day. I'm very specific towards UFC. I don't know much about boxing. I'm not saying I don't follow it much, ONE FC and Bellator and PFL. Yeah, all those happen, but I'm very UFC biased, I guess, and I just enjoy the entertainment of UFC. So even when we do Fight Talk and we're the MMA, BMA, basic MMA analysts, it's mostly like, the basic UFC analysts, because I'm always talking about UFC. And of course, we'll mention a couple other things, but I'm not gonna like, I'm not saying boxing's, I don't like watching the promotion of boxing, but I always catch
hmm.
highlights and stuff here and there. I'll see it on social media, but just because it gets a trend, and I'm like, KOS, I'll leave it
Mm.
to you because I know you follow it more. I'm not gonna sometimes, so like you talk about it more, you know what I mean? And I'll chime in where I've seen a highlight or whatnot. So it goes it
Mm.
goes with everything we do, and you know what? Like I said, we're still growing slowly. Look, there's not thousands, 100,000 views and subscribers, but we're growing still. We just reached 700 subscribers on YouTube, all organic. None of it is bullshit like we did
Oh shit.
before. It's all been organic. Before we got to like 2,000 subscribers straight away because we done a whole lot of bullshit. We were literally doing it for subscribers and clicks, and it worked. It worked. We got 2,000 immediately, and then me and Kips were like, this is bullshit. Like, I don't want to do this because I'm not enjoying it. Like, we're getting numbers, but I'm not enjoying it. And that's why we started again. We scrapped it, went all the way back to zero, and now we've gone to 700 organically. These are people who want to listen to our content, who enjoys our content. And the people who don't
Mm.
enjoy the content, we see them. They unsubscribe, and that's good. They have the right to do that. But all the
Mm.
subscribers we have, and all the views that we get on our videos, be it 1 or 100, it's it's all what's the word I was saying there?
Organic,
Organic.
clean,
That's what it's organic.
right?
Yeah, none of it's trafficked, none
Mm.
of it's fake traffic. But yeah,
Mm. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. It's I gotta find my niche. That's what it is. I gotta find my niche. Got some more friends here for us. Yeah, I
you know
gotta
what?
find
This is
my
bad.
niche.
This is bad. I thought like there's a chick behind you with a booty out, and I'm like, I'm kind of like, you see that behind you?
I ain't paying attention. But anyway, yeah. Thing is, yeah,
You're looking at me. I'm looking at you, and I just see.
yeah, no, but I can see what I need to see behind
Oh,
me
okay,
as well,
okay,
but I
okay.
don't care. I'm
Oh,
just
okay,
not
okay.
acknowledging it, man. I'm not acknowledging it, you know? Anyway,
With all
yeah,
respects
yeah,
to her, that's
exactly.
what I'm saying. This could be online. With all respect, maybe she don't want to put her booty out there and whatnot.
True. Anyway, yeah, like there's no point going against what you believe in and so on, right? Or
Hmm.
or yeah, going against what you want to do just to become a mechanical person, right? Just to
Hello?
these kids, yeah, they out here jumping off this like little cliff here into this river.
No
Crazy,
fair.
man. Like, yeah, man, little savages. Anyway, yeah. There's no point doing all of that, but I know that that's what works, right? And I've kind of like I've tried many different things. Some things, most things, I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. It's like everything always starts off really good on all social medias for me, and then it just kind of there's like a shadow ban, but there's not a shadow ban. And I'm like, what? Like Instagram, Facebook, they all kind of at some point I hit this wall, and then it just doesn't go anywhere. So I'm not really sure what it is, but yeah, it does make me feel like fuck it, you know.
I
But
mean,
I enjoy the process of editing. I love
hmm.
editing. I love creating. That's the thing, you know. That's why it's conflicted. It's not like I don't like doing it. our fucking entrance is my doing because I wanted to do it, right? And all of that. But it's just I gotta find the right niche, otherwise there's no point, right?
Yeah, I mean, we like I told you, man, or and you saw as well. We were shadow banned for the last like 5 6 months because
You
of
did
you know, me and Kips
tell me
talked about, you know, on our podcast
the
we would
truth
mention that there was happening in Palestine. We couldn't not talk about it because it was
about the
so
truth.
it's hard. It's hard to see a group of people go through what they're going through and being slaughtered and children being murdered, and we spoke about it. We don't care. We don't care. Immediately we were shadow banned from we were getting like a ton, like when I say tons of views for our long form videos, we're getting like over 50 to 100 views, like the long form podcast.
Mm,
That immediately went down
right.
to like 2 or 3 views, and we're like, what the hell's going on? And immediately we saw that we were not reaching anyone outside of our subscriber list, first of all, and then our content was
Mm,
not being pushed out there because we were just talking about a free Palestine. That's it. So, but anyway, we carried on doing it. We done our thing, and then I'm not saying that the shadow ban lifted, but something changed recently where again we get the views picked up a little bit more. So like, all right, cool. And then the
mm,
subscribers went up. But we were on hold for like I would say 3 4 months, 5 months maybe. And we're like, fuck it, we'll keep doing our thing. It's nice to just talk, nice to put the content because you know what? There's genuine people out there who like listen to us. You know, it's weird, but we got people who listen. You know, Yusuf's one of them. And shout outs to him. He's always watching our shows and gets our thoughts and whatnot. And shout outs to him. But there's other people out there as well. So it's like, you know what? For them, we're gonna keep doing our thing and we enjoy it. Let's just keep doing our thing. Like, fuck it.
yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about it. I just find it strange, like at certain things. In your case, I get it because that's a buzzword for a lot of people. But in my case, I'm like, huh? I don't talk about none of that stuff. So I don't know. It's weird. It's like just over the years I've noticed it's just like it doesn't go any further than my followers. And it's like, well, can't really grow then. So I'm just like, you know what? Motherfucker. you know?
I know it's
Those
tough.
will
It's
find me
tough.
when they need to type thing.
Yeah, it's tough. Consistency is key, man. Just gotta keep working at it and then, you know, take the success of what does come out of it. We'll see what happens, I guess. But yeah, maybe you just gotta find, maybe you just gotta take a break, come up with a new approach or something.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about like doing like a kung fu channel, like about martial arts and yeah, just like maybe I don't know movies and stuff like that. Movies
We should
and
collaborate with Yusuf because he's doing that MMA anime. He's got like his fight channel that he just that he just created. Guys, check it out. YK2K martial arts or something like that. I gotta
studios.
find it.
Oh,
Studios, that's it. And he does even
studios.
towards his
Yeah,
martial arts. He talks about the connection between
yeah.
certain animes and MMA fighters and stuff. So try to talk to him, see if you want to collaborate with him or
That's a good idea. It's crazy. I was speaking to a friend of mine. I said to him, I have all this knowledge about boxing. I'm not the most, I'm not Teddy Atlas level by any means, but I've seen a lot about the old stuff. And he was like, oh, you should do it. And I was like, well, I either got to find somebody who can yap like me or I got to do it myself. I think a combination of the two is the best, right? If you got an idea, make it happen, get it going. People jump on it, jump on it. If they don't, you're still moving. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I came to the waterfall to think about some shit as well.
I Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Hopefully, I have a think about it, man. Have a think about it. But yeah, guys, let's get
mm,
into some fights. We had a UFC fight night this week. Matheus Nicolau versus Alex Perez in the what division was it? The flyweight division. Um,
oh,
and
fucking
obviously
Perez,
next
yeah.
week we got a big flyweight championship bout between Alexander Pantoja, sorry, versus Steve,
Pantoja. Yeah.
Steve Egrick.
Mm,
So this one, obviously, this fight obviously kind of is going to relate to that. It was a great performance by both, but Alex Perez with the knockout. At that weight class, the speed, the agility, the movement, just obviously it's amazing, right? But Alex Perez was able to kind of like just basically shut it down with and get the knockout win. And when it came down, like, they were both feeling each other out. You know, I know you haven't seen the fight, so I'm just kind of describing it to you. It's like,
I've seen the knockout.
bruh.
I've seen the knockout. I've seen the knockout.
Yeah, so I mean, they were
Yeah.
both feeling each other out, but when they would flurry in, it was just a burst of speed. I mean, they're just absolutely in that division, just fast. And then one of the shots
Mm,
connected. I believe it was a left hook, if I remember.
Yeah,
connected.
he turned into it, right? Then he turned into it. Boom, against the cage, right?
Yeah, it was against the cage. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It was a it was a right, no?
it might be the way I've gone blank now, but
Or maybe it was a left because he was yeah. Anyway, I remember the sequence. I remember the sequence. Go on, go on.
yeah, it got performance of the night. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. It's very fast. I don't know if Alex Perez is getting the title shot next. I know what's his name, Mohammed Mokaev was campaigning to be title contender. Maybe they could do Alex Perez versus Mohammed Mokaev, and that could be a title eliminator
Mm,
fight,
that's your
and
boy,
they will
no?
win the winner of next week's fight. So yeah, we'll
That is your boy.
see what happens,
He's
man. But
still
let's
undefeated,
still undefeated,
right?
still undefeated. He does
Still
get in
kind of
very dangerous
yeah,
positions. And then he
yeah,
finds a way to win. But
yeah.
he needs to kind of figure that part out because he always gets very
Sharpen that up.
yeah. And then but yeah,
Mm,
let's see what happens. But of course, he's always improving.
mm.
Let's move
He's
on. Let's
gonna
move
do.
on to the lightweight bout. Ryan Spann
Mm.
versus Bogdan Guskov from Uzbekistan. Um,
Okay.
And again, that was another performance of the night. Bogdan won by knockout. I believe it was again. I think it was an uppercut that was able to connect and
Oh.
Span. But there was like two groin strikes, I think, from Ryan Span across on the cage, and there was a little bit of
Dude, what groin strikes?
groin strikes. Yeah,
Oh shit.
um,
Oh man.
but it was a good pace fight. But Bogdan, I think he's known for his like kickboxing and stuff. So once he kind of like let loose, I mean, they were both swinging there,
Mm.
especially in that division, man. One connection could change it all. But they were both
Oh,
swinging. And Bogdan, I feel like there was moments where he would lean. I think he's more comfortable with striking in regards to his kickboxing, so he would lean back, and you think, man, if that hit, you're out cold. But he was able to connect,
mm.
and once he was able to connect, and I believe it was an uppercut or a left hook. I think it was a left hook. It was just over from there.
Okay. Ryan Stan, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Span. I mean,
Ryan Span, that's it. Superman, no? Superman Ryan
Superman.
Stan? Something like
Yeah,
that? Yeah, yeah,
Superman.
yeah, yeah. What do you reckon? You reckon he's in the run-ins for the strap? What do
Well,
you feel?
he's number 11. He
From that
just lost to someone
okay.
who wasn't even
He's got a
ranked.
while
So I guess he's got a bit of time to kind of get himself back up in that
to
division,
get it
that light
moving.
heavyweight division. That's a tough one.
Oh man. I mean, I think that one I was laying in bed earlier today and I saw like that was it. It was like an Instagram thing. And it was like one of them dumb memes like, oh, when you something something and it had like Chuck Liddell did dismantling Tito, right? And I was thinking to myself, man, that was once the light heavyweight division once upon a time, and how like it's changed and with fighters and the styles that we've had then it's beautiful evolution, isn't it?
Hmm. Well, I mean, think about it, man. After that, we had Jones for the longest time and Cormier for the longest time. Now we're in a whole different thing with Alex Pereira, who's just another
I mean,
exciting
even
guy.
like yeah, even Cormier, like I watched the video about it was like the nicest guy who everybody booed, right? And it showed his like story of when he came in and so on, and he did everything right against Jones. And then, even though Jones was like the bad guy, everybody cheered him. And he's just like, yeah, boo, if it makes sense. And in my head, I thought to myself, like, hold on a minute. Why do we like anti-heroes? Some of us like anti-heroes more than heroes. Why do you think that's the case?
I mean, Jones, I don't know. Jones was different because
No, no,
I
no, 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 no.
genuinely
Not that. Generally, why do people like anti-heroes, right, over sometimes heroes? General talk.
um
Heroes who are perfect, don't do anything wrong, versus someone like the Punisher who has to do some bad shit because he's a good
I
guy, but he's
guess
got to
it
do some bad
gets
shit. Why?
just get the work. I don't know. I don't know. Why do I like the Punisher? Because he gets shit done. Like he does what most people might think that they want to do, and they act not to do it, and they don't go past that line. You know what I mean? Most people probably resist themselves to go that far. I don't know.
Okay, well, my theory is that it's because it's more relatable to us. We're not perfect, right? We always have to do our good. Sometimes we got to do some bad and whatever, but we mean good, right? Like the anti-heroes, they mean good, but they got to do some bad shit. So it got me
Hmm.
thinking about that. like the duality of man, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a good point. It's definitely relatable and whatnot. With Jones and Cormier specifically, like Jones, even though he was so and so bad guy, dude, because of his outside antics and whatnot,
And
he was still
yeah,
lovable. He was still like because he was just the best.
yeah, yeah, of course.
But like a Kobe, for example, he wanted to be hated. You know what I mean? And he's hateable.
Yeah.
It's nice to hate him. And so it's a bit different. There's certain bad guys in the sport where you're just like, yeah, I hate that. I don't like the way they, you just want to hate them. But Jones was a different case because Cormier was a nice guy.
Yeah,
And Cormier is weird.
he
Listen, I
was.
love
Yeah,
listening to Cormier commentary
I
and
love
interview.
Cormier, you know.
The way
So
he
much
talks,
time,
he cracks jokes. He's awesome, bro, as a commentator.
so
He's
much
one
time
of the
for
best,
Cormier.
yeah.
So much
But
time. But yeah, that was great to kind of rewatch that again, when he got the belt and then Jones lost it and so on, and then he cried in the cage, and then he got that whole journey. I watched it again and just like, man, our light heavyweight has been one hell of a journey. Like even that saga was like a blip in time. And when you watch it again, it's like, man, that was like about 2, 3, 4 years, no? Of time.
hmm.
So anyway, just reflecting, right? I'm getting
Yeah.
old, fuck it.
Yeah, that's good to reflect. Well, let's just finish up with this card real quick. Again,
Sure,
mostly, I'm gonna
sure.
be honest with you, especially coming off the hype 300 card. I'm not
We're
familiar
hungover.
with. There's a lot of these fighters that are new to me as well, and I guess getting to know them. But
Sure.
yeah, let's quickly go through it. There was Adriana de Silva versus Karen Silva.
Mm.
Karen Silva won by unanimous decision. That was an okay fight. There was a lot of grappling exchanges, a lot of dominant, a lot of holding positions in
Back
grappling
and
and
forth.
whatnot. Heavyweight bout,
Uh,
Austin Lane versus Jonathan Deniz. And Austin
ooh.
Lane was doing great in regards to grappling and controlling. I know Jonathan, they were mentioning that he was a great kickboxer and whatnot. That left hook of his has knocked out many people. In the first round, Austin Lane was able to kind of neutralize that with the grappling and hold him down. But in the second round, maybe Austin kind of gassed out a little bit. Jonathan was able to connect with the flurry of strikers, connect with that left hook, finish it.
Mm.
There was another fun
Mm.
bout, a featherweight bout, Jonathan Perez versus David Onama, which was fun.
Ooh.
Onama was great with his striking, very precise, very straight, like fast, loads of feints. But then they had some really great grappling exchanges. I mean, Jonathan implemented his wrestling, able to control, to nullify the striking, and there was some good grappling scrambles, man, which made that fun fight. Ultimately, David won the fight
Mm.
by unanimous decision. You got Tim Means versus US Medic in the welterweight bout.
Him means. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
And then it was a TKO, but I'm trying to
Tim
remember
means.
the TKO. How was that TKO?
Tim means is the guy who he got done for like a doping, but then it got overturned because it was incorrect, right?
I
A couple
can't
years
remember
back.
that. I can't remember
I don't
that. Was
remember.
that
Anyway,
him?
Karen.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just.
Yeah.
Other than that, the prelims. Only person that I remember the name was Rani Yaya in the bantamweight bout.
You
Brazilian
mentioned
dude.
him. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know
actually, for
him.
some reason, I remember his name. I mean, he's definitely fought before. It was just familiar to him versus Victor Henry. Again, that was a great fight, very fast pace. But ultimately, Henry was put on the pace. He's striking. Like I think Yaya was just kind of fading. Victor was able to kind of just be precise and just the volume of strikes, just kind of overwhelmed once he connected with Yaya. But yeah, that was a fight. So look, that was this week. Just to keep us going until next week. Next week we've got UFC 301, Pantoja versus Steve Egrig. I don't know
Egg,
if I'm saying it right. Flyweight bout.
isn't L? Okay. Okay.
Flyweight bout, so that should be interesting. We've got Jonathan Martinez versus Jose Aldo. So obviously that's a hype fight because of Jose Aldo. I wish Aldo didn't come back, but hey, maybe
Oh.
there was something there for him to come back. And looking forward to seeing Aldo fight. I mean, he's a legend, but I just don't want to see him lose. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Lightweight bout, we've got Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. Middleweight, Michael Pereira versus Ihor Potieria. Paul Craig's on the card, fighting
Paul
Chio
Craig, the
Morello.
Scotsman,
Yeah, who
Flying
else is
Scots.
that? Karolina Kowalevich, can't say her name, but she wants for the title. Who else we got here, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's fighting. Yeah, man. So I mean,
This
it'll be
is
a
this is
nice
this
card.
is UFC. This is UFC 301.
301 next week, 5th of
Okay.
May. Yeah, so
Okay. Okay.
we'll catch
Okay.
that. And then other than that, just some other news, just to quickly go through some other news. There was a fun ONE FC card that was announced. I forgot even saw on Yusuf's Instagram, which I generally listen. Like I said, I'm always UFC biased, but when it comes to this card, I'm gonna be very excited to watch it, just because I'm familiar with some of the fighters and I'm excited. So you got it's actually gonna be in the States in Denver on September 7th. So it's actually a while away. But anyway, the fight cards announced, or some of the fights are announced, which are amazing. Xiao Jiannan versus Stamp
Mm,
Vertex for the strawweight MMA
mm-hmm.
belt. Xiao Jiannan, I just remember
Yep.
seeing
Yep.
her in the Evolve MMA gym. I mean, obviously, I know her from the ONE FC, and Stamp Vertex, obviously, the legend and, just a beast out there as well. But
Stampy.
Xiao Jiannan was in Evolve MMA. I remember seeing her around. Jonathan Haggerty versus Superlek for the bantamweight
Oh
Muay
my
Thai
God,
belt.
that's
That's
gonna
going to be
be
fun.
crazy.
A fun grappling fight. Cade Waloto versus Mikey Mutumeti for the lightweight submission grappling bout. So that's going to be a fun grappling bout. And then Liam the Punisher Harrison versus Sexton or Kawamang, I can't pronounce his name, but brother from Thailand. But Liam Harrison, the Punisher, I love watching him do his pad work. The guy's a beast. So that's a fun card in September that's coming up. And then other than that, some quick MMA news. I mean, what's his name? Mike Perry just well, BKFC is he was designed for that, right? He just beat Thiago Alves in less than 60 seconds. Well, he's just king of violence of that. You know what I mean? BKFC, he's the face. Someone else who could have been the face, and maybe rest in peace, Kimbo Slice. That would have been up his alley as well back in the days, but Mike
You
Perry's
know,
just
we
dominated
talked
this.
about that.
McGregor, I think he became like a stakeholder for BKFC as well. He invested some money in it, becoming like part owner of that. So, a lot of investment going behind BKFC, which is interesting. Growing sport.
That's unexpected. Very unexpected. What do you think? If anything is going to change with him taking ownership? What do you think? Anything?
I mean, it's McGregor. He knows the fight game. His name behind it is something big in itself. Maybe the fighters, man. Maybe you bring in more fighters. I mean, like Mike Perry was just smashing everyone basically, man. And they get some fighters in there. Like, yes, I know they get some old UFC fighters and whatnot, but maybe with McGregor's backing and support, they can kind of grow on some of the fighters, make him grow on the spectacle of the events. McGregor knows how to put on a show. So maybe he'll put on some of his influence in that. I don't know. So should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be indeed. Did you catch the knockout of Thiago Alves? You saw it so
I
fast, huh?
did. Yeah. 60 seconds. I think it was like within 60 seconds. I
60
mean,
seconds.
yeah.
Oof. It's like the top of the head or something, or the temple, and he just slumped down, man.
And was it? I thought it was like, I thought it was a chin. I thought he
It's a left
connected with
hook.
a left
No,
hook.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. It's like a left hook over the guard, and it like he went down, and I thought, okay, he'll get up, and referee was like, nah. He got a 9 count, and then he was like, nah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, because he couldn't walk straight. It was a left hook to the chin, man. I'm just looking at the picture now. The final shot was a left
Okay,
hook to the
maybe
chin, yeah.
it must have been like faster than I realized then, but either way, it was fucking just.
Yeah, Perry's
You
just
didn't mean he
born for
got
this.
scratch on him.
What's
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
But I mean, he did get a
I'm
cut.
saying
He got a cut under his eye, actually, Perry. Something must have connected.
he did. He did, yeah, he did, but not not much.
It's
Like given the
like,
fact that there's a protection.
this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, especially, I mean, look, BKFC fights can be brutal, based on not having the gloves and people get cut more. But with Mike Perry, for example, he's just running through opponents, man. I feel like he's taking less damage than he did in the UFC, just through running through opponents and whatnot. You know what I mean? It's
Mm,
crazy, but it's definitely him, man. It's definitely up his alley, basically. I mean, he's born for it.
yeah,
Or BKFC is designed for him, or whatever it is. It's just him. So. exciting times for that. Like I said, I didn't go out my way to watch it, but I saw the highlights. I mean, they put it all over. This is a good thing about social media sometimes. Like, I don't have time to watch everything, but when that comes across and it's Mike Perry, you're like, oh, hey, well, let's check it out. Let's quickly check this highlight. And you're like, boom. I didn't watch the rest of the card, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, look, that was it. Sort of fight news I had this week. Was there anything else that anything else that you might have heard of, or
I thought,
we had a female, real quick, we had a female ring announcer in the UFC. I think the Joe Martinez, who normally does it, must have fell sick or something like that, or something happened during the
okay,
fight card, and then
right, right.
I don't know her name, Charlie Arnott. She stepped in.
Any good?
You know what? I didn't hear it actually. Because when I watched the fights, I kind of just forwarded straight to the fights. But
So,
she's getting a lot of
uh,
praise. She stepped up. She initially said, "Nah, I don't want to do it," but because she was nervous about messing up or whatnot, she stepped up. Good
uh,
for her.
yeah. Why? I mean, this is probably her time now, isn't it? You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I
she's
don't pay
nice.
attention to the ring girl like for years. You know, I think they don't really give them much emphasis like they used to. Maybe obviously when you're live you see more, but I feel like in a live broadcast you see like a little bit of them. So I never really even noticed them.
Who the Wingos? Well, she's not a Wingo, just to confirm that.
Huh?
She's to confirm she's not a Wingo. She's like she's an interviewer or whatnot, but she done a ring announcement.
Oh, she's not a ring. Oh,
No, no,
ring
no, no.
announcement. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so you mean like, oh, okay. Now it's
Like
kicking
she
in.
announced
Okay,
the fight.
that's
Yeah, yeah,
new.
yeah. What do you thought?
That's
Like they
new.
picked a
Yeah.
Ringo to announce the fight.
No, 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 no. I thought you were talking about a ring girl, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking, what? Why are you talking about a ring girl? Like, like, what happened with her? Yeah, like,
Yeah,
did
but
she fall over?
that's what I'm thinking. Why you talking about a Ringo? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over the head, over the head. Cool,
Right,
that's it. I mean, that's all the
right,
news
right,
I
right,
had. Was
right.
there anything else you heard of or anything worth talking about?
Not, not really. Nothing in particular. Oh, no,
Did you want to talk
no,
about
no,
the
no, no,
boxing
no.
last week? The Ryan Garcia fight? Or your thoughts
Oh,
behind it?
um, well, I guess everybody counted Ryan Garcia out because he looked like he was, on drugs and, he was like cracked out. He was, just, came in overweight and everybody expected him to be like getting washed out. But it seems like he played everybody with his act and, kind of played the deluded, young kind of degenerate boxer, right? Who just is not grounded. He played that to a T, and I think a lot of people made big buku bucks over it because everything was on Haney's favor in regards to the betting odds. So yeah, like congratulations to Ryan Garcia because he did a great job, and it was because he's a southpaw as well, so he finished. He was smashing the left hooks just like Pereira was. So it was almost like nice to see another example of a southpaw just demolishing somebody. And yeah, I mean, I know you don't really know much about Haney, but he was undefeated, and even in his last fight, he he or last fight before I can remember, he fought Lomachenko. What's his name? I forgot his first name. Yuri? No, I forgot. Anyway, Lomachenko, right? He fought him. He blatantly lost that fight. Blatantly got beat up badly. Referee saved him and somehow he kept his belt. I don't know. It's one of the reasons why Tyson and even Dana talk about the corruption in boxing because that was bullshit. Like that should have never happened. It didn't make any sense. But they saved him, and he got ready for this fight. Everybody expected him to win, and he got exposed big time. So yeah. Did you see the highlights at least, or at least the knockdowns or anything?
Yeah, I saw some highlights. So I was speaking to a friend about this as well. I mean, like he was mentioning it to me as well, and I was just like, I didn't watch all the stuff that Ryan Garcia did, but
Ah, okay.
I was like,
He played the audience.
yeah, but in my head immediately I was like, but he's a young boxer, I'm pretty sure he's fucking training hard. Like, I think,
Uh,
without even knowing him and maybe he was convincing and whatnot, I'm like, I'm sure the man's training hard. I'm sure the man's freaking putting the diet in, putting the miles in. The guys, you know what I mean? He came in serious. Like, he's a serious young up-and-coming boxer. I very much doubt that he's gone off the rails already. But yeah, maybe, you know, I'm sure he done a good job of playing people. And also shout outs to him. Like shout out because he donated 20 million to the children or the people of Gaza. He came out recently saying, guys, I'm sorry for being so late, but you know, he stands up for the war crimes and stuff that's going on there. And he donated 20 million. He was talking. I saw a little video where he was like, you know, Muhammad Ali was the people's champion. He spoke out for the people, and I want to follow in those steps. And he started doing the same thing. And he started talking about, you know, the children in the world and whatnot. He's like, I just care for the children. And I'm like, you know what? Shout outs to him for donating 20 million. That's a big price. So people's champ.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So not just a pretty boy, you know, he's able to like do in the ring and be a great human, uses platform to help those in need, which so many don't, you know. And you know, yeah, I think yeah, big props to him.
Yeah.
I hope that the funds go to where they need to. I hope they go directly to the people who need it, because that's another thing. It's like not anything to do with Ryan or whoever, but you know, many a time it's like, okay, we bring this money in and so on, and we help the people, but it can be a tax break sometimes, you know, and it doesn't go to where it needs to, or it can just be for, I call it like a commercial philanthropy. Oh, look what I'm doing for this. You know, I'm not saying against Ryan, but I just hope that it goes to the right people because a lot of the time it doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the case with just charity companies in general. So you know, hopefully it
Yeah.
goes to a reputable charity company that has a high percentage that does go towards the charity case, because there's some that don't or have low percentages that go towards it. So yeah, well, it's definitely a thing.
Mm.
Cool, man. Well, look. Listen, let's call it there, man. Listen, you're out there in the mountains and waterfall. I will leave you to it. Thank you for
Mountains,
your
brother.
time. It's good to catch up. We will catch up next week
Yeah.
after discussing UFC 301, after watching UFC 301 to discuss UFC 301. But yeah, it's good to catch up. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, you know, always appreciate that love. Thanks for watching, subscribing, liking, and all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on next week's episode. Peace.